Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so ciao guys, this is Marco, and today I'm in Nardò, Puglia, and I'm here for two reasons: food and homes. I promised myself I have to visit one of the best restaurants in Nardò, but before we do that, we're gonna start off getting a colazione in one of the most typical bars of the square. Let's go. Today I'm taking you along to see three dream homes at three different prices, all in the heart of Nardò, an art-filled Baroque gem of a city in southern Puglia. It's personally my favorite small city of the region, both for its beautiful historic center as well as for its high-quality local restaurants. And one thing Nardò definitely does right is coffee and pastries. Prendiamo un caffè. Caffè Parisi, in the heart of the city's main square, is an institution. You see, in Italy, a morning coffee and a pastry is a ritual. Coffee is taken very seriously here, and there's a specific way of doing it. For example, it's never taken to go. You either drink it at the bar, al banco, standing in front of the barista, or sitting down at a table. And a coffee, caffè, is simply an espresso, a strong, velvety shot of caffeine. So this is your typical Italian espresso, and on average Italians drink 4 espressi a day, so usually 2 at home and 2 when you're out and about. Che meraviglia. Grazie. Okay, so this is a very sweet breakfast today. This is a baba with pistachio cream and whipped cream. Let's try this out. Oh well, very sweet. This is dipped in rum before they serve it and fill it with whipped cream. So you have that aftertaste of rum in combination with the sweet sugar. It's definitely a distinct taste, and so they've added this variation of pistachio cream on top, and this is just absolutely amazing. And we have this beautiful tiramisu in a coffee cup. You can never go wrong with tiramisu. Okay, so that was absolutely stupendous. A bit of a heavy breakfast, but delicious. But we have our appointment now to one of the best restaurants in Nardò, and I'm a bit late, so heading straight there. So this behind me is our lunch spot, La Dispensa dei Raccomandati, one of the best restaurants, in my opinion, in Nardò. And it specializes in seafood. We are by the coastline, and so we have lots of fresh seafood to taste. I'm excited. Let's go. Buono. E di qua?
Una cantina di Nardò.
Buonissimo. Approvato. Non avevo dubbi comunque. It was at this point, while savoring the local rosé wine, that Davide, the amazing owner and chef, laid out his plan to overload my taste buds and fill my stomach. I knew this place was good, but what I was about to experience was beyond my every expectation.
Parmigiana di melanzane con dentro tonno e pesce spada. Poi abbiamo uno stufato di polpo con una crema di patate e pecorino romano, delle cozze gratinate, un crostino con cipolla caramellata di tropea e tonno rosso sott'olio che facciamo noi, un involtino di melanzane con pesce spada, una crocchetta di patate con salsa tartara e alici marinate.
Spettacolo.
Buon appetito.
Grazie. Oh man. Okay, so it's Parmigiana, and I think it's with tuna fish. He told me before, but I forgot there's so many things here. I have to put it down. And we have to move on to the next sample. Oh man. Wow. Very delicate, very tender, this octopus. And the puree is in a very overpowering fried bread with tropea onions and tuna. Sauce on the inside.
Allora, qui abbiamo dei pacchi con tonno rosso, melanzane fritte e olive taggiasche.
Buon aspetto, eh?
Buon appetito.
Grazie. We have our paccheri, a type of pasta which is kind of shaped like calamari rings, and it's with a fried eggplant and red tuna fish. I think there's also taggiasche olives. This just looks extraordinary. This is the first house under 100K, and it is a piece of art in and of itself. I'm really excited about this one because I think it has special characteristics, even more so than many other historical houses in Nardò, which I think make it a very compelling building in itself. So let's go inside and have a look. So this first house is a very historical one. It has architectural features from the 1600s, and it's believed to have been part of a convent complex. And we'll see inside, what kind of testimony is that. The entrance is through this common courtyard. And if you go in here to the left, you enter directly into what is the kitchen. Now, the apartment is 61 square meters. And the asking price of everything is 94,000 euros. It was recently renovated 5 years ago and with very beautiful materials. And so we'll see looking through here that everything has been given the attention that is due to such a historical structure, including the kitchen, which kind of emphasizes the stone arch going through the walls. We do have the bathroom to the left, and it is a full-sized bathroom. So it contains a bidet, a toilet, and a shower, along with the sink that we see there. Just a note about the house in general. It is hooked up to the gas lines, the water lines of the town, and it has fully central heating. So we do have the heating in each one of the rooms. So from the kitchen, we go into the big open space area, and we notice our first, I think, really stunning characteristic of the apartment, which is the frescoed ceilings. These were restored. They were originally covered up, and they're from the 1700s. Now we can also see this gorgeous stone arch kind of separating the two spaces, this kind of day area with the couch and the night area here beyond it. You have very high stone ceilings, and on this side of the open space we have a beautiful fresco of a young angel at the peak of it, beautifully restored as well and professionally. You can see the ground is in beautiful local stone. And we have another revealed fresco on this wall in the back. This is of the Madonna with child. Once again, from the 1700s. The artist is unknown, but the belief is that this was, part of a convent originally, and so it was covered with religious art originally. And this is a beautiful thing about Italy in general. When you are restoring these old homes, sometimes you can find pieces of art underneath the walls, and even archaeological finds underneath the ground. So I hope you liked this first apartment. So that was house number 1. Now we're off to house number 2. Okay, so we've made it to house number 2. This is the second price range, and it's right through this gorgeous ancient gate. Let's go and have a look. I think you're really going to like this. So the main characteristic of this second building is evident already on the first door, where you'll see the original wood, which has been decaying, was integrated onto the restored metal door. And you'll see throughout the building that the owner and renovator has been combining the old with the new in such a beautiful way. So we do enter into this common courtyard. The building that we're going to see is one of the apartments belonging to this same complex, all equally historical in value, and just absolutely gorgeous, as you can see from here. There is a look out the gate. So this courtyard is a common area. The house that we're going to see is this one that I'm looking at right now. And it is a tower, I would call it. So you have the ground floor going up to the second floor. So let's walk in. This is a 137 square meter building, and the asking price is 350,000 euros. So this is very uniquely restored, beautifully furnished as well, with art really on every corner. And you can see already, this is one big space with a dividing wall, arched in between the front and the back, the entrance, and what we'll see is the master bedroom. And in this dividing wall, very creatively have been included some of the services of the building. But you'll see it's a barrel vaulted ceiling with these gorgeous, lights, kind of light wells, letting in the natural light all around, in addition to the creative lighting that's been included throughout. So we do have a shower within the dividing wall, made in marble. You can see the whites are emphasized in this apartment, kind of underlining the luminous qualities of this building. We have arches on either side of the space as well, which are little nests where you can store things. And this is where the bedroom is. So this is a very artistic loft type of building. This is a building, once again, probably from the 1600s, very old, very historical. And it's been given a very kind of artistic but historical feel to it. So looking out front, that is the main gateway that we walked in from the beginning. The materials used all throughout, are precious materials. We have the marble on the side of the shower that we saw, but then also on the side of the sink over here. And then turning to the right, we have these stone stairs going up into the tower. So once again, this wasn't originally an apartment, but it was kind of a tower used for different purposes within this noble residence. So we come up to this first floor, and this apartment does have, private use to the arch that we originally went into, and therefore the views of this common courtyard to this one side and to the noble street on the other side. We are in the heart of Nardò, but it is a calm corner of it. So let's head back now inside and have a look at the main first floor. This is the living area and the kitchen. So kind of the kitchen, dining room, living room. And this is a house really with character, I would call it. The owner has gone to great lengths to include his personal style in updating the materials. And so we can see we have these beautiful stone granite floors, the black steel windows letting in enormous amounts of light on the side. And that once again looks down onto the gorgeous portal that we walk through. We have stairs to the left, which will go up to the terrace. But first, I'll give you a closer look at the kitchen. Here, a massive slab of black granite is used as the countertop. And we have another black steel frame window looking out into the front. We do have a fireplace integrated into that back wall, which is very nice and gives a lot of character to the space as well. And here in the corner is a storage space with the built-in refrigerator and some closet space. The floors are in coccio pesto, which is a technique used to make granite floors. It's very traditional here in the south of Italy. And we'll head to the corner so I can show you what is the secondary bathroom upstairs with that beautiful stone sink. And looking here in front, you can see we have wooden stairs, beautifully made, which head up into the terrace area. So we're going to have a look at this. Now, the same attention given to the rest of the building has been given, of course, to this terrace as well. It's been beautifully renovated. The floors have been redone, resealed, and you have this really gorgeous canopy made with black steel and reeds. This is a perfect space for resting on a hot summer day while in the shade, and it gives you a beautiful panoramic view of the center of Nardò around you and the surrounding rooftops. So I hope you like house number 2. Now we're off to see the Noble Palace, house number 3. Okay, so we've made it to the third and final house of the day. This is the most expensive one, but obviously the most historic one. And so you can tell by this gorgeous facade that this was a really special property. It belonged to a noble family, and it was originally built at the end of the 1800s. So it has a very high historical value, and I'm really excited to bring you in there and give you a look, because this is one of those properties that, that breathes history and that has so much potential. So let's go and have a look. So this is definitely one of the most characteristic facades, I'd say, in the center of Nardò. We enter in via this beautiful, massive wooden gateway into this ground floor atrium. Now, the palazzo is 815 square meters, and that includes the ground floor, which unfortunately we didn't have the lighting to film. However, there are beautiful high ceilings in the original floors, so it's a beautiful floor. The asking price for the building is 815,000 euros. This is a property with lots of history and lots of potential. Today we'll have time to see the first floor, which has been well maintained and renovated throughout the years. I believe this was in a lawyer's office in the recent past, and that explains the upkeep of the architecture and the building itself. I'd preface by saying that I envision this building being renovated as a boutique hotel. You have plenty of space for a spa, for a restaurant, and a few luxury suites. So we enter into this main entry room, this kind of living area, and you're struck immediately by the very high ceilings and the woodwork going around the doors. So they're beautifully maintained original pieces in wood, which have been maintained throughout the years. So that's a very positive thing. The floors are not the original ones, although perhaps they are still underneath this layer of tiles. And we enter into this side of the building. This is the facade side of it. And this particular room contains some beautiful pieces of armoires. When we go out the door here, we'll see that we're in that beautifully sculpted Moorish balcony that we saw from the street down below. This street leads directly into Piazza Salandra, so the main square of Nardò, right down that way. And we have the balcony going across, which we had also seen from down below. All of these rooms have the same sort of vaulted ceiling, very high, very elegant. And on this side of the building, we also have a couple of other rooms, which can be converted, of course, into bedrooms or another professional space like they have here, depending on the plans for the renovation. So that was a small room giving out onto that long balcony. And this is what would be a bigger bedroom. Coming out here, you'll see that there are rooms going across that long wall of this area. To the left was that bedroom that we just saw, and here we have the bathroom. The big bathroom, one of the main ones on this floor, very spacious with a high window letting in plenty of light. And also another possible bedroom here as well. This brings us down to what was the other side of this common living room area. We did enter in from the door there on the left side in the end. And this opens up a whole nother area of this apartment. This is what's currently a very large dining room. Massive ceilings, once again, in the same style. Being a noble apartment, you do have very big windows, which let in a lot of light. And lots of beautiful angles all throughout. There weren't any electrical lights on when I was here, so all of the light that you see coming in were through the windows, which is more than enough, actually. And this brings us into another room. You do have closet space there to the right, and next to it, a secondary bathroom. So you can see so far that there are lots of possibilities. When you have a big space like this, your options are limited to your imagination and your planning. So you could rearrange rooms the way you want. I can probably see that particular room as being a dining room, just because moving back here, you have what would be the kitchen. I think it's always funny. People always mention how small Italian kitchens are. And it's a very, I guess, an ancient concept in Italy that the kitchen is a place that's hidden in the back where things are prepared. And you only see the finished product in a big dining room. And so that's not the modern concept we have of a big open kitchen. And that does explain historically the small kitchen. You do have a terrace coming out back here. And those are doors from the rooms that we saw before. This is all part of the property, of course, and can be renovated and has tons of potential. And all of this as well going above it belongs to the terrace. Underneath these is that ground floor, which unfortunately we couldn't see today. And to the right, that is the door leading up to the terrace, which will go up soon. And this leads into the servants' quarter. Being a noble apartment, there was help on hand. Obviously, the servants lived in their own apartment in the back. Those are stairs coming up from the atrium on the ground floor. And so what you have here is a secondary apartment, which can be independent, which needs to be fully renovated. You can see this one isn't in as good a shape as the other, But you do have spaces for a bathroom, for example, and storage. So there is the space there to the left for storage, and another area here, which can be a bedroom, for example. And so we'll head this way and have a look at the beautiful terrace upstairs. So you can immediately see this terrace is something special. It gives us amazing views onto Nardò. We're in kind of a privileged position right behind Piazza Salandra, and it is a massive terrace of 100 meters squared, which gives you lots of options for whatever you would want to build up here. I'd like to thank my patrons for their support. Guys, check out my Patreon page if you haven't yet. Like, subscribe, and comment below what was your favorite of the 3 houses that we saw today. Ciao!